We've hired at least 4 coaches, and they've all been older than me, and not one of them has been younger, and I feel it's very interesting. Okay, I'm ready. Hi, my name is Masuda. A lot of people here call me either Masuda or Coach Ed.
Share your journey into fitness and where did it all start for you?
Yeah, I would say like my journey into fitness, I started off playing football a lot when I was, or just like sports in general when I was little. I narrowed it down when I was in high school, and then I got fortunate enough to go and play in college. So after that, all I really knew was like football training. So I would like literally just lace up my cleats and run on the field, just going back and forth and just run through football drills. If I went to the gym, I did like bodybuilding splits. Near the end of my college days, I was like in the gym doing like some Olympic lifting because that was part of my football training. But then near the end, like maybe like the last year or two, that's when I started doing CrossFit, and then I kind of just moved into that space of CrossFit. But I guess most of my background was like just training in sports and then just some bodybuilding here and there.
What made you decide to get into coaching?
When I was in college, I was studying athletic training and then partly physical therapy. But when I was doing my internships and when I was working, I noticed that most of the people who were being treated were people who were in stages of their life where they didn't take care of themselves early, and they were getting injured because they couldn't like pick something up off the ground, or they fell because when they were reaching over, they fell over top heavy, and stuff like that. So I thought it was a better route to go down a career that would make impact on someone's life early on. So that way when physical therapists needed to work on people, they were working on people who got injured because of something that was out of their control.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I got into coaching.
Was there a moment in your life when health became a priority for you?
Early on, when I was probably around the sixth or eighth grade, that was like when health was a really big priority for me, because I was, if you guys have ever played in like Junior All-American, there's a weight class. So like, it's not Pop Warner where it's like you play with people in your age group. It's like you are this set weight to play in this division, and then anything higher than that, you're not allowed to play at all. And in the 8th grade and 7th grade, I was like considered one of the heavier kids. So I weighed 180, and that was the cutoff. So every week I'd have to weigh in before every single game. And there was like one game where I like didn't make weight, and that like really hit me because I was like, damn, I let my team down, or like that was like really important to me because it's like they set a precedent that I was too overweight to play my sport, even though like I could still compete. Growing up, I didn't really have a view on health and fitness. Like it was like I don't know how to put it other than like maybe like the typical American family. It's like we would eat out a lot. My mom would cook a lot too, but like we never really watched what we ate. It's like whatever was like the best thing that we could think of to eat, like we ate. Like I grew up in a Mexican household / Japanese household, so like it was like there was no like, oh, let's eat chicken because we need to eat a little bit leaner protein today. But like we didn't know what protein was, or like carbohydrates were. Like we knew what they were, but we didn't know that we had to pay attention to them.
Sure.
All it was is like, hey, you're playing sports, hey, you're a big guy, you need to eat more.
What drew you to Reason?
I thought that this was a really good place that I wanted to grow in, not only as like an athlete, but as a coaching standpoint, because I felt like at that point or at the end of my college days, I was not an athlete anymore, or like that type of athlete. I was a coach, or like aspiring to be a coach. So this is a place I wanted to come to grow, learn, and then just develop myself as a coach. I think my biggest takeaway is how well I connect with people. Getting to understand that it's not just like one plan, you know, it's a plan that has to fit everyone's life, and there's a lot of pivots that have to come with it. So I think that's like been my biggest takeaway, is connecting with people and understanding how their lives work, and seeing the pivots they make and the whys that they have behind like why they, you know, take care of their health and things like that. My family definitely sees the consistency that I bring every day, and that's been something that they talk about. They're like, oh, Edward, like he loves his job, no matter like what's going on. Like he loves showing up, and I hope that is what shows, because I do love my job. Reason has helped me shape my like mindset around health and fitness in a totally different way, of like, it's more full circle than it is just, hey, I need to work out really hard every single day, and then that's it. Then the rest of my day is complete. It's definitely full circle, looking at my stress levels, like what am I doing intentionally outside of the gym, like what am I eating or consuming. Community-wise, it's that we can't all do it by ourselves. I used to be just a very much by myself person, and it didn't work out that well, where I was like very lack of motivation. And if you're an ex-athlete, I think coming here and being a part of a community / your team is something that helps you stay very motivated, because as an athlete, you grow up working out around people. So a lot of athletes, once they go on by themselves, it's not the same, right? So I think being a part of a community definitely pushes you and drives you, especially being here.
Have you found a balance of being there for yourself as well?
In the beginning, that was the hard part for me, is like I was always trying to give and then spread myself really thin. And I think my first year or like 2 of coaching was all about filling my cup just as much as I was trying to fill other people's cup. So yeah, I think that's been like another big takeaway, I guess, personally. It's just finding time to make sure that I train. Like, they're non-negotiables anymore. They're in my calendar, and they don't move. And if they do move, I make sure that I make time for it. What's it like being the youngest person on the team? I would say it's good, because I feel like I have a bigger purpose of, one, I have to strive to be better because I'm younger, because I know there's some sort of chip on my shoulder for being a younger person. I've always tried to hold more of a standard for myself for the age that I'm at, but definitely being much younger, or not much younger, but just younger than most of the population that I serve, it definitely, I have to bring a different energy to the room. I have to kind of find that balance of keeping my youth and being able to connect with someone who has a family, and like I don't have a family, you know, like I have a family, but I don't have kids and I don't have a wife, and just having those like deeper conversations is definitely something that feel like I've had to grow in. Like, everyone that I work with has been older. I think there's maybe been like 2 people to 3 people that I've worked with that have been younger, and that's because they're like athletes.
You feel working with people that are much older, there's a lot of things you're learning fast at your age?
Yeah, I mean, I get to get a perspective early on. You know, most people my age, unless they're like finally getting into a corporate job, don't really connect with people that are that much older, right? We just hang out with our friends who are generally around our age. And you know, along with me connecting with them and trying to help them navigate through things, they definitely show me a side of like what is to come, and like what are some pivots that I may have to take some days. So I think it's definitely shown me a lot, and it kind of helps me or prevents me from, you know, sometimes maybe making the mistake that someone else made, and they're just like, hey, don't like take my advice, like do this before this, or X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Health is like what we do every single day. Like, nothing that we do doesn't factor into our health. Whether it's our working out, our recovery, our sleep, how we connect with people, how we eat, how we spend our time with our family. Everything like involves our health, because mental health, physical health, all of it comes together. It's not just one piece.
You know, I like personal training because I can connect with one person. Coaching class, I can connect with multiple people in one setting. And two, like, that's where the energy is, to be honest. Like, every day, it makes sure that I bring the juice, no matter what's going on in my day, whether it was a bad day, whether it was a really, really good day. Yeah, like I have to bring the juice and I have to bring the energy, and it really definitely picks up my day from getting to do those things.
Yeah.
What health lessons do I plan to pass on or want to pass on is better eating habits. It's just making sure that, one, again, knowing that I grew up in a Mexican household, and that, one, the quality of food has to be there, and it's like okay to have that balance, whereas like maybe like consistently eating the wrong thing. And then two, making sure that we don't overeat. I think that's a big thing in my family. It's like either we overeat or we significantly undereat, or we eat really, really poor qualities of something. And I think just like helping monitor and making sure that we see it has been like a big thing for my family. I know that my cousins are really big into it now, and like myself is, so I know that like we're headed in a better direction for our next generation. Personally, where I see myself in the next like 5 years, I would say hopefully I'm married. You know, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think that's just something that I think I've always had in the back of my head, is like by a certain point I should be like, yeah. But yeah, I think personally there, living on my own, you know, I think that's like as far as I can see right now, because those are still first steps that I need to take. And then professionally, I hope to, you know, be somewhat more autonomous on my schedule. I think right now I'm kind of in this, I'm still building. So I try to spend as much hours as possible being in here or doing something towards my career. And I think my friends see it too, because going back to like the dating thing, it's like my friends were like, I don't think you'll ever meet someone because you're always working or you're always in the gym. So it's like you won't meet someone without us like pushing them towards you, because that's like kind of just where I'm at right now. But I think that in the next 5 years I'll be a lot more autonomous with my career in terms of the hours that I'm working, so that way I can spend more time doing more of the things that I want to do that aren't career driven. I think there's a lot of things that, you know, just being like there for my little cousins and things like that. And then hopefully, you know, working with more athletes. I think that's like something that I really want to do, and maybe take more on of. So hopefully running some sort of sports program.
Go pick up your phone real quick and pull up the text I just sent you. So this is what members have said about you. You know, I just want you
dude,
to,
don't make me cry, dude.
I just want you to just read them and just see how you feel about them. How does this one feel? Your guidance has taught me so much the past couple years, has let me achieve things I did not know I could, to go beyond that as well.
That's super empowering, you know. I think every day you're like, I just think like, oh, is this the right place for me? Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I actually helping people? I think that's like very empowering to like continue on the mission of what we try to do here is like creating happier, healthier humans. I think that's like one of the big things that has like stuck with me the most since I've been here. Dude, you asked me this like 2 years ago. I think about it a lot, and I don't know. I don't know specifically, because I don't like saying words about myself.
Probably the best coach, the most handsome, and he probably is the strongest.
Kind, hard worker, great gymnast.
Funny, sweet, and really super freaking strong.
Powerful, annoying, and lovable.
Perfect.
I love you, Ed.
But I just hope that I left the impact of being a great person and a very impactful person.